Welcome back to our daily exploration of the past. Today, we're diving into the most luxurious Han Dynasty magistrate's tomb ever found in China. This site didn't just yield exquisite artifacts. The owner was buried using rare golden dragon jade mat and specialized ritual set. Experts suspect this official may have been corrupt. But how was he exactly? And what treasures lie within? Let's satisfy that curiosity right now. The story begins in June hanging Oibay, during construction in Tushantun village, located in the west coast new area of Qingdao. Workers stumbled upon a massive burial cluster, a common occurrence on construction sites that often leads to significant historical discoveries. Upon reporting the find, the cultural department confirmed this was an Lake Western Han site containing over 60 individual ancient tombs. An archaeological team immediately launched a rescue excavation, finding various ceramic funerary jars within the outer coffin chamber. However, the real clue lies in a small detail that everyone overlooks. The inner coffin itself was strikingly unique. Researchers decided to open the coffin on site, and as the lid shifted, a continuous stream of ancient water began to flow out from within. Underneath unprotected topboard, the team was stunned to see clear water revealing shimmering gold objects at the very bottom. The scene at the base of the coffin was both remarkably mysterious and visually breathtaking. Detectors located over 60 tombs here, and pottery shards inscribed with the phrase 10,000 years suggest a potential royal connection. Based on the discovery of Ano's specific Liu surname tomb, experts preliminarily identified this as Ano family cemetery for Liu clan nobility. Finding a noble family cemetery was a major win for the experts, as it almost guaranteed the presence of high-value burial goods. History shows that the more precious the funerary objects, the greater the historical significance of the person buried there. Within the inner coffin, they found a wooden box inlaid with circular gold foil and decorative style never before seen in previous excavations. A wooden board with attached gold foil was carefully extracted and sent to the lab for specialized cleaning and preservation. While removing the lid, the team noted structural damage that likely occurred during the original burial process centuries ago. The box featured 4 gold-plated feline deities, symbols of power and divine protection that were highly revered by the Han people. Experts soon discovered ink markings inside the board's grooves, revealing numbers that had survived 2 millennia underwater. These numbers were used to mark the placement of the inlays, helping reconstruct a wooden box that was once incredibly magnificent. Carvings of an soaring azure dragon and a white tiger on the front captured the unique artistic spirit of the Han era. The center of the box held a primitive square, outside, round, inside structure featuring a wooden turtle wrapped in fine gold foil. Once the lid was fully removed, they found the owner's skull inside, confirming this box was an specialized ritual headrest for the deceased. A day later, drainage work began. As the water receded, the skull was exposed along with a bamboo basket filled with ancient slips. The writing on these bamboo slips appeared incredibly clear in the water, looking as though they were buried only yesterday. While some administrative records were written casually, the script on the main funerary inventory was exceptionally formal and neat. For archaeologists, finding text is the ultimate prize, as it has the power to fill significant gaps in our historical records. Among the extracted slips were 2 pieces containing names, functioning much like modern business cards for the afterlife. One slip even bore the date of the 2nd year of the Yuanzhou era, pinpointing the exact time period. The records included household registers, tax documents, judicial files, and an classic inventory of the local armory. 2 slender writing brushes were also found in the bamboo basket, designed with pointed ends so they could be worn as hairpins. After careful cleaning, the intricate patterns on the brush tubes became visible, alongside official documents about A&H hunt for pirates. The documents detail a man named Daifu Dabluha who pursued a group of pirates, only to be taken down during the pursuit. The pirates even stole the tax money he had collected on tragic Hepe Kong 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 year. Old story now revealed to us through time. The inventory slips finally revealed the tomb owner's identity, Liu Xing, the magistrate of Tangyi County. Though the original list of burial goods was massive, only a small portion managed to survive the passage of time. Experts were puzzled why Ang Minor County Magistrate had such an lavish burial, including the high-status ritual headrest known as Wenming. The discovery of both the Wenming and its accompanying inventory provides definitive evidence for identifying Han Dynasty material culture. This find settles on long-standing academic debate by proving that the Wenming was indeed a specific vessel for the head of the deceased. Of all known examples, this specific Wenming is the most finely crafted and visually luxurious, with walls inlaid with patterned glass. The glass is decorated with gold foil and features a lifelike gold, wrapped turtle at the top, surrounded by 4 gold, plated feline spirits. 4 wooden figurines were placed at the corners, including Fuxi and Nuwa, alongside 2 elegant female shamans from the Han era. An bronze mirror, Wansa, sacred ritual object, reserved only for royalty and high nobility, was also recovered from the site. Near the owner's head lay an ring, pommel knife inlaid with shimmering gold threads, reflecting the high status of its wearer. The team continued to wonder why An mere magistrates received such treatment, but more discoveries were still waiting to be unearthed. Inside the bamboo basket, they found an wooden comb and 3 fine toothed hairbrushes, items used by both men and women at the time. They even found remnants of the owner's long beard, measuring over 20 centimeters, and an jade, ornamented sword by his side. This typical Han sword featured beautiful jade decorations, though heavy corrosion made it impossible to unsheath on. An black official's hat with clear textures was also found, which the artist sketched with an look surprisingly reminiscent of an pirate. Humor aside, the concentration of artifacts near the head forced the experts to proceed with extreme caution and precision. As they removed the skull, which had turned entirely black over time, An researchers suddenly felt an strange, spherical object. After An's brief scare, they identified it as an mouth plug, followed by an beast, headed pillow wrapped in exquisite gold foil. The mysterious sphere was actually an gold, wrapped wooden ball held within the mouth of the beast-shaped pillow. Analysis revealed the owner was about 40 years old, roughly 130 centimeters tall, and suffered from unstiffening spinal condition. They soon found 2 silk-wrapped seals. One clearly bore the title Seal Shaoi, which contradicted the earlier inventory records. Another seal mentioned Tang Yi, leading experts to believe these were specialized funerary replicas of his various official positions. The owner was finally identified as Luzi Dap Luhat, served as an magistrate in 2 different regions before returning home to Langya. Records show he served in Shao County, and later Tangyi, near modern Nanjing, before being laid to rest in his ancestral lands. The use of specific ranking markers and the Wenming set suggests he was actually an kinsman of the Liu imperial family. After An jade belt hook was recovered, the team resumed work the next day, finding various pieces of glass at the bottom. An complete jade seal was finally revealed, representing an level of luxury that was truly unprecedented for an magistrate. These findings constantly challenged the experts' understanding of Han burials, pointing toward royal ties rather than local office. Nearby, 2 large tombs were found in an vegetable field, suspected to be an joint burial for an husband and wife. Tomb Motrambe Moilam, belonging to the wife, was poorly preserved with an decayed coffin, though it did contain an large inscribed bronze mirror. Sadly, this tomb had been heavily looted, leaving behind only the mirror and a few small items for the researchers. Tomb Motrambe Morsal turned out to be an unfinished cenotaph, containing no actual body or burial goods whatsoever. Finally, the team turned to tombs Motrambe Moibai and Motrambe Moitam, which shared a single massive mound and were likely an high status couple. Despite high hopes for this large-scale site, the discovery of An Looter's tunnel left the experts feeling cold and discouraged. The outer chamber lid had been cut open, and most of the valuable funerary items had been stolen by thieves long ago. However, An's single exquisite lacquer plate was miraculously left behind in the debris of Tomb Motrambe Moitam. Crafting such lacquerware required the labor of 100 men, highlighting the immense wealth and time invested in these objects. The complexity of the work indicates that these items were reserved only for the wealthiest merchant families or high nobility. The appearance of lacquerware boosted morale, leading to the discovery of several primitive porcelain wine vessels near the head. These specialized containers for alcohol were accompanied by an lacquer zun vessel, also used for serving wine during rituals. As they reached the bottom, they found an wooden horse leg, proving the owner was high, ranking enough to be buried with horses. While Tomb Motrambe Moitam was looted, Tomb Motrambe Moibai remained perfectly intact, making it the highest specification tomb in the entire cluster. It featured an 10-meter path and an unique archway that likely served as unprotected screen for the burial chamber. During the excavation, the archway suddenly collapsed, giving the team quite a shock before they discovered more lacquer fragments. Once the mud was cleared, they were amazed to find an complete and beautifully carved set of wooden window curtains. They also found an ancient zither, suggesting the owner was a man of refined taste and high social standing. A year-old pine cone was found nearby, providing invaluable data for studying the ancient climate of the region. Aside from 8 lacquer cups and the curtains, this unique tomb surprisingly lacked other traditional gold or jade treasures. It seems the owner preferred a life of music and simple pleasures, even in the eternal quiet of his tomb. They found unique lacquer cups with bronze handles plated in gold, featuring incredibly delicate and beautiful patterns. Markings on the bottom suggest these items were produced by the central government, specifically for imperial use. This confirms the owner was an royal kinsman. The team then proceeded to open the inner coffin, which was